Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This week, like all of the other weeks, I'm going to do another paycheck, sinking funds, cash envelope stuffing video. This time I'm going to do it with a larger amount than I traditionally do every week, which is $755. Thank you to all the extra work I've been doing in the last couple of weeks. Same with Soooo Ali's been picking up some side work as well, so we are doing well. And I thought I would want to reflect that in our sinking funds for all of our various saving goals. So at the top of the list is my favorite category for saving in my wedding. I'm going to put $300 into this envelope to sort of catch up to the goal that our lofty goal for the month of May, which is to save $1,000 for our wedding. So far, I've just put here the 3 different times that I've contributed to my May goal. So 100, 150, and now $300 this week. So I have a total of $550 for the month of May. By the time we make it to Friday, which is the last paycheck in May, I think I'll save another $200 towards this goal, taking me to, well, we'll see. I might put a little bit more in, but hopefully we make it close to the $1,000 mark. Like I've mentioned in other videos before, if I don't make it to my lofty savings goals that I have for my different categories, I'm really not too worried. I'm glad I came close, within a couple $100, and we will try again next month. So on that note too, I like to pick out some jewelry in all of my videos just to kind of like, you know, make my hands look prettier, because my nail polish job is usually not very good. Don't look too closely. But I was so pleased. I went into my jewelry box and I found this gold ring that I've had for many, many years. I got it when I was about 15 years old, back when my hands were a lot smaller, and during that time I gained a lot of weight, so it wasn't fitting at all. So I thought today, I looked at it and I was like, why don't we just try it on, because I did lose 60 pounds thanks to my diet, doing Ideal Protein. And oh my gosh, you guys, it fits. It fits perfectly. It fits just how it did when I was 15. So it's a beautiful ring made from a First Nations artist in my area. Very talented, very beautiful, and I cherish it a lot. So I'm glad it fits again, and I can use it as my wedding band, and that will save me from having to buy another gold band. And as we know, the jewelry industry can be a little bit fraught with some problems, environmental problems, and sometimes humanitarian problems. Oof, I don't want to get too far into it, but I'm just so happy I can use something I already have, and I cherish this ring so much. So anyways, that's my sort of like good news of the day, and I'm just like buzzing. I'm so happy. Anyways, back to the cash. So we're gonna put $300 into this category. So 50, 100, 150. You know what? I'm gonna have to go like this, I believe. Actually, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300. Just because I think I'm using that for another category actually. And I'm just going to double check that I have $490 in this envelope, and then I'm taking this straight to the bank because this is way too much cash to have on hand. Okay, so we have, I'm going to put that aside, put that on the bottom, 50, 100, 150, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300, 320, 340, 360, 380, 400, 420, 440, 460, 480, and 490. Yep, definitely way too much cash to have on hand. And then we have a total of $790 in this envelope. So I think one of the first things I'm going to buy with this money actually is I have to go to another city to get my wedding dress altered, and I think it's going to cost a couple $100, so I'll probably just use this cash and pay for that, and pay for the trip there, obviously. My next category is taxes. Oh, taxes. Don't we love those? So my municipal taxes that are coming due in July are going to be around $2,000, and it's basically for the honor of owning a house within a municipal district. You have to pay for things such as garbage and different schools. I think some of the schools get some of the money, and roads and upkeep and whatever else it pays for. I'm grateful to have it, because actually our town does a really good job of a lot of different very community-minded events, and just the way they care for things is very mindful and good. So, you know, gotta pay it. 20, 40, 50, and we're going to add $100 here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. For a total of 150 plus whatever I have in the bank in a separate savings account. We're also saving with direct, like automatic withdrawals. I do find sometimes it's really helpful to have automatic withdrawals, but then also if you have some extra money left in your bank account, like sometimes I sort of lose focus with a big number in my checking account, and I don't know what to do with it, and then I end up sadly spending it or going to buy clothes or something. So sometimes it's better for me to be like, okay, I have an extra $200 that really doesn't have anywhere to be allocated. I'm just going to take it out and add it to my cash envelopes. So this plus whatever's in my bank account will pay for our taxes this year. The next category is Sorrel's helmet, and this is literally, he just handed me a stack of cash that came out of his wallet. He just had some extra cash laying around, and he was like, I don't really want this because I just keep buying stupid things. Can you tell we're kind of similar that way? On the other hand though, he earned this, and he had this like extra paycheck, and I was like, oh, you should just take it out and just, if you want to buy a pair of pants or something or just anything. He really just like doesn't want anything. So I guess like typical guy, I don't know. So he decided, instead of just having it in his wallet as just impulsively spending on something, not that he would, but this literally sat in his wallet for weeks. Then he gave it to me to put to a savings goal. So he wants to buy a new helmet. And we have $20, and then we're going to add $180. So 50, 100, 150, 160, 170, 175, 180, 185. And that'll make $205. And the helmet he wants is about $240. He's an avid mountain biker, so whoops, if that's what he wants, that's what he shall get. I really don't think a helmet is ever a bad investment. My next category is for a chaise lounge, which is just like a lounging chair for my backyard. I've always wanted one. Have had a hard time pulling the trigger on a $200 chair, or $200 or $300 chair. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna add 20 to make 40. I'll probably, at this rate, I'll have it by next, like, November, and then I won't be able to use it, but even if I don't get it in time for summer and happen to hit the sales, like, at the end of the summer, I'm fine with that, too. Because I've been actually working so much, I really don't have time to lounge anyways, so it'll be good to have one for next year. My hair appointment, so I have $80 in there now. 20, 40, 60, 80. I'm going to add 100, and my next hair appointment is in almost exactly a month from now. It's usually about $300 to get my hair done. I get it dyed blonde. Well, I'm already blonde, and I get it like highlighted and just a haircut. And yeah, it's around $300. So my next category is for my car, which I have $70 in there now. 50, 20. I'm going to add 20. I just brought my car in for the brakes actually this week. I mentioned it in my last video, and it was just as I predicted. It was $500. Well, it was actually $478, but close enough to $500. I was so impressed they had it done within 4 hours. My car is so much safer, I can tell already, and I'm very happy with the results. But now I need an oil change, so I have to book that in sometime in the next couple weeks. For my Christmas fund, I had kind of been ignoring this for a little while, but now that we're almost halfway to Christmas, isn't that freaky? I should start ramping up my savings for this one. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240. We are adding $20 to make $260. I'm so stoked about this envelope. Like, I feel like I've really stuck to this one, and I'm so proud of myself. Every year I feel like I get a little bit better at saving, and every year I always had a really hard time with the Christmas envelope, especially about now, because it's like, oh, it's so far away, I can start saving later. But of course things come up all throughout the year, so you may as well just start now. And time's gonna pass anyways, and you're not gonna miss that $20. I promise you that, or $10 or whatever you're saving, and just really commit to keeping it in that envelope until Christmas. That's my advice, my great advice. In my pet envelope for my dog, I have $160. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, and we're adding 20 to make 180. I would love for my pet fund to be around $2,000 and then just stick it into a high interest savings account and not look at it for whenever you, like, use it as an emergency fund basically and let it sit there. Because I don't know if you've ever had a pet emergency. We thankfully, knock on wood, never have had a serious emergency, but we know friends who have had to take their dogs in for big surgeries, big leg surgeries, ACL repairs, and it's many thousands of dollars. And like, on that note, yes, we would pay anything for our dog. And also on that note, I believe vets and vet staff should be paid well for their time and their expertise. So that's just what it costs, and I just want to be prepared if and when that ever happens. For my work clothes envelope, I have $100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I'm going to add 20 to make 120. My thoughts around work clothes have really changed as well. I used to just go and blow money on whatever I needed, like shoes or clothes or whatever. Now, with this envelope, for some reason, I'm having a really hard time buying a new pair of work shoes, just because I'm like, I've worked really hard and it took me a long time to save up this money. So I don't want to just go and buy a pair of, like, they're like literally $140, like the shoes I want. And I'm not just going to like frivolously buy a pair, but like old me would have just gone out and bought them and then hated them and never worn them again. I know, it's ridiculous, but something about methodical saving has really restrained me from buying these shoes. So next time I go out of town to like a bigger city, I'm gonna go try on a bunch of shoes and just buy a pair that I really like. And for the last category, for this Bluetooth typewriter that I want, I've decided I'm not gonna buy it. Instead, I'm gonna change this category to a gift category, because we have Father's Day coming up, and we also have my mother-in-law's birthday coming up, and we want to buy her a $500 pair of shoes because she deserves it. She takes our dog every Wednesday and Friday, takes care of her, takes her for a really long hike or a walk or whatever, feeds her, won't take any money for it, won't, like, one of those like salt of the earth, really good people that just like help you out. And it's so helpful for us and it's so good for our dog that, like, if we're gonna buy her a gift anyways, I want to kind of make it a bit extravagant and buy her something that she wouldn't buy herself normally. And there's a pair of boots that she really wants, Fry boots, I think they're called, and they're sold at a store in town that's really expensive. And so, like, we're gonna get her like a nice pair of shoes that she really wants, and we're supporting local, and we're just showing her how much we love her, and we think, you know, thanking her for all these good things she's done for us. So I'm going to just not buy this thing, and I'm going to start saving towards this a bit of a lofty goal of a $500 pair of shoes. 20, 40, 60, and we're going to add 50 for 110. And then also for my dad, I bought him an Apple Watch for Father's Day, an early Father's Day gift. So I feel like she's going to get a $500 gift, and then we also are going to have to get our other dad, Cyril's dad, something quite expensive as well, just to kind of like round it out. We're also very grateful to him too. He takes care of our dog as well. Actually, all three of our parents like take care of our dog. So it's also, yeah, it's just show some love to the people in your life who really help you out. And especially parents nowadays, like I feel like there's a lot of parents out there of people my age. Like I'm 31, and I feel like a lot of people my age have these really great parents that just help them with a lot of stuff. So shout out to all of the parents out there that are amazing, and I'm really grateful, and I want to show that. So this week will probably be the last week that I pick up extra work for at least a couple of weeks, because I'm so tired, you guys. Like, I don't want to sound like complaining or ungrateful, but I'm tired, and I think I've realized my limits, and we're just gonna cool it for some work for a little bit. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my video. I am going to color in my chart from debtfreecharts.com, and it's just a visual representation of my savings goal for the month of May for my wedding. So I will color that in now.